Let's have a beautiful experience. In this video, we're going to talk about choices, how to naturally raise your testosterone, your human growth hormone, and make your penis bigger. It's a beautiful thing. You gotta love it. All right, before we get started here, please do me a huge favor. Please ring the bell, subscribe to the channel, tell some friends. Of course, give me the art defines a really thumbs up like, so I say, hey, and of course, follow me on my social media. I go by Jesus_Detroit on my Instagram, Snapchat, I'm YOUNGDAYGO. And that's right, in this video, we're all talking about choices because you know what we're about here in the BCC, the Big Cock Consciousness, the Big Cock Collective, where I help you manifest a bigger, wider, thicker, longer, stronger, and harder penis, help you naturally raise that HGH and your testosterone. I'm a spiritual guide and a mentor. I'm here to expand your mind and increase your size. So without further ado, I'm here to tell you about some choices. And you know me, always coming off that wu-wei flow, going with the path of least resistance of the day. And that's kind of what the Tao practices like to say. And it's something that I really, resonate with me. And it's what I go with every day. It's what I flow with. It's what I like to preach a lot. And I know that everybody's got their own flow to their day, and sometimes they got to go A, B, C to get to Z, but sometimes you can go A, Z, C, B and have a beautiful experience nonetheless, and at the end of it all, you're having your beautiful, choices manifest. And what we're talking about here today, when it comes to choices, I had a choice of when to make this video, essentially, and, I'm coming off that holiday flow, and me, we're in that in-between, 2020 grow down, and we're coming off the, the holiday. We probably got some Kwanzaa and some, actually Kwanzaa probably passed. Don't quote me. I don't know the holiday, in its entirety, and then of course Hanukkah. But be as it may, I'm still here to talk about some beautiful things and the choices you make. And what it comes to today is, like I said, essentially, like I could have made this at some other time, but I wanted to go with the path of least resistance. And I just got done from having a beautiful dinner, and I ate me a huge tomahawk steak, so I'm feeling extra pumped, man. And I get it extra rare, man. I'm telling you, I don't know what it is, but a bloody steak is something that always just naturally just gets me a pump. And, to teach their own on, what you believe is the healthiest choice of what you eat. But like I say, man, whatever you believe is real. So if you believe that, eating meat is bad for you when you're eating the meat, it's going to be no good for you. Just like if you're eating McDonald's and you think you're eating Play-Doh or battery acid, it's going to be no good for you. So if you're going to be doing something, you got to always choose to be on the positive side of what you're doing. And that's what this really comes down to, because essentially everything is perspective anyways. And when we're going with this flow today, what we're talking about is, number one, you know what, before we even start this, we always got to go with the gratitude attitude. You know how I go every single day before I flow. Go ahead, stop right now, take this breath. I got a shot today. I feel beautiful. And that's what we go with. That's what we grow with. Every single day before your feet hit the ground, you got to give thanks for just being here and having a shot at life. Because if you're breathing, you're achieving. If you're doing something right, whether you believe it or not, you're holding a place. You're changing the matrix with your beautiful thoughts, and you're creating your own reality along the way. And what we're going with today is the choices of intending on your body to grow and to change. And of course, there's exercises for exercise that I can teach you more hands-on in the BCC. So get at me, drop a line, email me, DM me, and I got packages and sessions that I can put together for you, because I understand that not everybody's life is essentially the same, and there's no wrong way to go at this. There's only your way, and it's definitely going to be the grow way that's going to help you out. You just got to choose to grow. So go ahead and write that down. I choose to grow. I choose to flow. And when we're going with this grow, we're talking about being on the positive side of your choices, because you got to own every choice you make, essentially. And like I say, if you're going into a choice and you kind of know that this could go it could go one of two ways. It could be good or bad. You want to, like I say, always be on the good side of where you're at. And I know, like, not everybody can, just grab onto that concept, but you got to at least entertain things. And that's why I say that all truths are true. You just got to find the ones that make you. And I entertain all kinds of thoughts. I believe that all thoughts could be just floating around as they're things, and we could be antennas that just attract what we are, essentially. And I feel that all of us are kind of a reflection of one another anyways, because like I say, the universe is a mirror, and whatever you put out is essentially what comes back, which is why I say if you want beauty to appear, you got to keep this clear. And there's ways of meditation that can help you out. And like I said, it doesn't have to necessarily be waking up 20 minutes before you start your day and do sit down and look at a candle or whatever. You don't have to do all that. Just as long as you're able to get in here and defrag this a little bit, you're doing something beautiful. You're giving yourself the choice. You're giving yourself the clarity to at least look at your your decisions as a choice. And that's where you get your power. That's where you get the growth from. And when you're choosing to be on the other side of the growth, you're going to be able to entertain that there's more than one way to look at this place. Because I look at it like this. If there's people, we got a whole bunch of, billions of people out there, right? And we can all accept gravity for whatever it is. We all know that, when you drop this, it falls down. And, Neil deGrasse Tyson and even Bill and I, the science guy, can't legitimately prove what gravity really is. It's just a concept that all of us as a collective entertain. And like I say, that's why I don't discredit science, but I don't discredit magic. And when you're looking at it from that perspective, it makes you entertain the idea that if we were all possibly on the same page and we just knew that we fly, then that would be how we get around. You know what I mean? And I know that might sound way out there and like, what does that have to do with anything? What it has to do with is the magic is in you. You essentially can choose your own reality and your own beliefs of what you want to let to make possible. And when we're talking about naturally raising your testosterone, your human growth hormone, and all these techniques that, are essentially hacking the matrix and going in within to the divine, you can either be on the science side and take a pill and use that crush, or you can go inside and hack into Hercules, Priapus, and all these other types of receptors that are essentially already there. You just got to at least get out of your own way and entertain that you can. And when you can grow, that's when it will show. And you got to get out of your way and just let it flow. And that's why, like I listen to a whole bunch of, spiritual guides and, beautiful, entertaining people that, have miraculous things happen, like Wim Hof with his breathing technique, where he's actually been on, like he actually had his breathing technique prove it can get rid of, it can cure disease. And he's the one that created this technique, which, if you change your breathing pattern, you essentially change your life. So I'm going with that flow that you essentially could change your life with any type of thing that you really believe. Just like Rocky Balboa says, nothing's real unless you believe in yourself. And that's why you got to go with always believing that you can. You got to believe that it will. And, just don't get twisted like it has to go down a certain way to make it happen. Just entertain that it's going to happen, and it will. And when we're going with this and we're talking about a whole bunch of ideas that might seem way out there to some, we're talking about coming to here. We're talking about coming from your heart, the core zone. And you know me, man, I'm always getting it pumping, always ready to show that we are love, man. And like that is one of the most profound energies of them all. I mean, this is all on the chakra system. You got that third eye roaring up there, the crown up there. And we're talking about love right now. Don't forget the penis is on the root. All this stuff, whether you look in the holistic rabbit hole, the holistic types, and any type of science, they're going to all correlate the chakra system and show the validity in what it really is. And when we're talking about that, about love and toroidal fields and how your heart produces a lot of energy. And you got to understand, you can utilize this energy to grow with, which is why, you know, if I'm in a particular place, wherever I'm at, I always set the intention that, you know, I want people to feel beautiful. And that's why, like I say, man, if no matter where you're at today, if you're in line at a store, if you hear somebody on the phone, if you're sitting in traffic, that's why I always got to share this matrix hack that you just always intend on whoever's around you, especially when you're around amongst friends and families, where you can have a whole bunch of thoughts, because essentially the story that you're getting from them is what you're manifesting anyway. So you might as well create something beautiful and just intend on whoever's with you, whoever's around you, whoever you see, to just have a beautiful day, feel love in some kind of way, and you go along your day, and you're going to hack the matrix for the better. You're going to make the world a better place. And I know it might sound way out there for some, but you got to at least try it. And I promise you're going to see some tremendous results, because this mind is always running at any given time. And when you're able to just stop thoughts and be able to just create love, that's a game changer. That's where the magic happens. And that's why, you know, talking about growth, and we're talking about, you know, getting out of your own way, and talking about how having yourself, you know, manifest the size, and, you know, choosing to grow, and understanding that we are magic and divine, and the universe is on your side. So go ahead and write that down. I am magic, I am divine, and the universe is on my side. One of my favorite mantras to go with, my favorite mantras to grow with. So I might as well get a quick pump going, because I'm already swelling up from that bloody steak anyways. And I might as well preach one of my favorite things to just show you that just from coming off a couch, sleeping with my guy C over there, my cat. You know, I'm telling you, if you have the opportunity to have a cat, they definitely will put you to bed. No problem with that purring. They're like a motor, and you know, it's one of the wu-wei flows that I chose to go with today before I'm here talking to you in this beautiful moment. Growing anyways, putting my mind into the muscle, because I listen to this guru himself, Paramahansa Yogananda, the man or the spirit that brought yoga to the West, making people their best. When, you know, Steve Jobs read his book, The Autobiography of a Yogi, and what he says, well, Steve Jobs, one of my favorite quotes from him is, the ones that think they're crazy enough to change the world will. And Paramahansa says that the mind is the wielder of muscle. And that's something that I really believe. It's something that I know that you don't need. It doesn't necessarily mean how many sets that you're doing at the gym, how much weight that you're pushing. All that matters is you putting your mind into the size. Because go ahead and say this, scream it and shout it when you gotta get one last rip. You go ahead and just say this: I am magic, I am divine, and I can increase my size. Oh yeah, baby, getting lit. 2020 coming here. Look at that flow. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful day. I'm choosing to grow today. You gotta love that. It's a beautiful thing, man. And look at that. Naked in a chair, skin glowing, hair flowing, spirit knowing that I'm doing something right, and I'm helping you, you know, choose to grow, and enlighten you, that knowing that you essentially have the power to choose anything that you want. And for that, I choose to say salute, because you know me and my holiday flow. One of my rewards at the end of the day, I gotta have me some. I gotta either have some beer, have some cheer, have a cheers with the universe. So I say salute. Oh yeah, that is just nature's nectar right there. I tell you what. I know I had to go there with it, but you know what I mean. I mean, some people, you can choose to look at alcohol, you know, from two different perspectives. Like, I look at beer as a beverage and something that is healthy for me. Other people can look at it like you're drinking battery acid. You know what I mean? So you got to choose to be on the positive side of whatever you do. You just got to, you know, own your choice and understand that it's all perspective based anyways. So whose perspective are you using? Yours or somebody else's? So you got to at least entertain that you can change. And if I could change, you could change. everybody can change. You know me, I had to do a quick Rocky IV analogy, you know. Whenever I get that flow, I love movies. They always make me, smile. And movies weren't put here by mistake, man. They're here to really resonate and get a message across. And they could be something that, could give you a message at any given time. There's like, the world makes no mistakes. And I'll give you a quick Rocky V line that I really love to say, and it's said in a couple other ones. And when Mick was talking to Rocky, and he goes, kid, with you being around, you give me, motivation, and you give me a reason to live. Because nature has a funny way of letting you know when it's time to go. And nature makes no mistakes. And that's what we're going with. It was something along those lines. Like, nature makes no mistakes. If you don't want to live, if you don't want to be here, something, just saying. You know what I mean? We're entertaining that all thoughts are true. We're entertaining that you got the choice to be you. You got the choice to grow. And that's what we're going with. That's the flow. I intend on you guys to spread love and positivity every single day. I intend on you guys to feel love in some kind of way. And nonetheless, man, whenever you're smiling, you're doing something right. Because like I say, the smile is divine. It's made inside the mind. And when you're inside this mind, you're inside the universe, man. And like I say, we might all live on the same planet, but we're all from different worlds. And as long as that world's coming with love, coming with energy, you can do no wrong. That is not just that's not just me talking. That's source talking. That's whatever you want to call this. That's energy talking, because essentially you can grab energy at any given time, no matter if you're sleeping on a couch, if you're just got done working an 18-hour shift, if it's time to get, if it's time to pop a clutch and get it going, granny shifting, not double clutching like you should, Dominic Toretto, Vin Diesel, I had to get something in there. But you know what I'm saying? Like, you essentially can just grab energy at any given time. And I want to just show you that it's possible, because, like some people might give the example, like, well, yeah, if you were in some situation where a building was burning, you're going to be able to, grab the energy and get your adrenaline kicked in, and like I said, be able to pop the clutch and keep it going. But I'm just saying that you got that power now. You have the energy to grab into it at any given time, because it essentially is always around you. It's just your body allowing to choose it. So you got to choose energy. You got to choose growth. You got to choose you. And when we're going with that today, I choose to say another salute, because you guys are beautiful. We're going to be having a lot beautiful experiences along the way. Today was a beautiful one. I gotta go ahead and give some extra gratitude today to my family that blessed me with a beautiful tomahawk steak, and my bear and my wolf, they even got to share it. I'm talking like a huge bone. It makes you feel like a caveman, like the huge massive giant that we are. You know what I'm talking about. Head in the clouds attitude, not worrying about you're stomping at the gremlins at your feet or stomping on your friend's house. We're talking about that huge piece of meat swinging at your knees, throbbing at your pecs, making you your best. Choose the growth, choose love, choose to be beautiful. And I'm telling you, man, beautiful things will come. Keep this clear. Beautiful things are on the way. 2020 is here. So you know what? Get out there, have some cheer. Don't get down on yourself. Whenever this is what you got to do. Sometimes you got to check yourself before you wreck yourself. And I know it might be a Grandmaster Flash line or whatever, or something that Ice Cube said eventually. But whatever that is, that's source energy that's really telling you that once in a while you got to see where you're at. If you're constantly spiraling yourself down, check your energy, check your motion, check how you feel throughout the day, because that essentially is all the meter that you need. You don't need to put on a scale to go check your vibration and check this, that, or the other to connect the dots of why you are. All you got to do is just look at it like, okay, if I'm feeling like this, I got to see why I'm feeling like that, stop where I'm at, and find myself again, and that's when you just stop it, smile it up, find reasons to be happy, And I know it might sound like, you know, kind of corny or whatever, but the simple things in life are the most beautiful delights. And that's what's going to help you, you know, light yourself up, man. That's what's going to make you raise up. That's why you're going to be choosing the beautiful things in life. You're going to be choosing the growth. You're going to be choosing the life that you want to live. You're going to be choosing the body that you want to have. And you're going to be intending on the best things to have. So with that, like I said, man, you guys are beautiful. Make sure you guys are getting at me in the BCC. Like I said, check out my kids, see? Taking care of the neighborhood, helping me go to sleep. How you doing, C's over there in the chair? My wolf and my bear over there, they're doing beautiful. You can check them out. Like I said, drop me an email line. I can, you know, give you some rates and some packages that are available, and we can work something out. But like I said, man, we'll make something beautiful for you. There's no wrong way. There's only your way, and choose to grow. So with that, I'm telling you guys, I love you guys. I'll be seeing you around on the next one. We got plenty more beautiful experiences that come. I love you guys. Peace.